IP scan doesn't need a particularly difficult configuration or installation process. By simply activating the DHCP server function that is built in the IP scan probe, you can assign IP addresses with ease. The DHCP pool is divided in two categories. First is the authorized DHCP pool, and the second one is the unauthorized DHCP pool. The authorized DHCP pool is a pool for the internal network users who are authorized for network access. The unauthorized DHCP pool is a pool for external or temporary users that enables the admin to limit the access time and automatic forced collection of IP addresses. After accessing the network, one can be authorized as a regular user by the admin and can be assigned with an IP address from the authorized pool. DHCP IP reservation function that is required for assignment of the DHCP IPs is provided as well. If the IP address of 192.168.100.50 is assigned to MAC A, it will not be assigned to any other MAC, even if asked to do so, and will be assigned only to MAC A if asked. This function can be applied to the network test equipment or major user PCs that need to be assigned specific IP addresses. The administrator can block any new MAC address or allow users who are assigned a temporary IP by the unauthorized DHCP pool to access the network after thorough formal authorization. In DHCP environments, IP conflicts may be a rare case. Still, the following two cases are inevitable. If a user wants to use an IP within the DHCP pool as static IP, for example, if a MAC A user uses 192.168.100.30 as a static IP, since the DHCP server manages only those DHCP IPs that are assigned by itself, if a new device, MAC B, requests for a DHCP IP, it can be assigned with 192.168.100.30. Consequently, an IP conflict occurs between MAC B and MAC A that has been using unauthorized static IPs, and MAC B can't access the network even though it is assigned with authorized IP properly. The DHCP server of IPScan features block static AP within DHCP range that prevents possible occurrence of such IP conflict in a DHCP environment. Another possibility of IP conflict occurs if a different private DHCP server other than the managed DHCP server exists. For example, in a college laboratory that is equipped with a different DHCP server or uses an IP router for experiment and IP sharing, the DHCP service is duplicated. So if the administrator assigns the same IP address as that of the running DHCP server, an IP conflict may be inevitable. The IPScan DHCP server also features detecting other DHCP server that detects and informs the admin of any presence of additional DHCP server so that the admin can block the server to prevent possible network interference any further. With this feature, the admin can solve the frequent problem of IP conflict in schools or business companies that utilize the network resource in a large scale. The IPScan solution supports a variety of replication methods. The IPScan server supports failover measure, employing active standby model. IPScan probe is designed to perform the service in the DHCP environment without downtime through failover between probes or between probe ports. The DBMS of IPScan is supported in MS SQL 2005 or higher that features DB replication, through which the DBMS can be serviced without downtime in a large network system. Management of switch ports is using SNMP that monitors switches and switch ports separately and individually, and the admin can block or unblock the switch port as necessary. This function is used to directly block switch ports that are connected to PCs causing harmful traffics. The drawing board is provided so that the admin can manage a list of switches with an intuitive topology drawing. IPScan consists of IPScan server, console, and probe. IPScan probe is installed in each network segment. Just connect IPScan probe into a normal switch port in flat network, no VLAN. and enable 802.1q trunk in the connected switch port to monitor or control multi-VLAN, or connect probe in each VLAN. The IP scan server is located in the control center along with the DB server. IP scan console can be installed in the admin's terminal and can be used for controlling IP scan server remotely. IP scan probe collects IP or MAC data and transfers it to the IP scan server. Then, the IP scan server stores the transferred data in the DB server for managing the IP or MAC policies. IP scan console provides users interface that helps the admin establishing the managerial policies, and is a multi-management purpose console that can be installed separately by the administrative purposes. Policies that are established using IP scan console will be transferred to the probe through the IP scan server, and the probe performs blocking or protecting the IP or MAC addresses according to the applicable policies. If using its built-in DHCP server, IP scan probe plays the role of DHCP server, assigns IP addresses. IP scan probe is released on the market in various models, from probe 50 to probe 1000F, providing range of selection according to the user count of the active IPs. IP scan is focusing on the convenience of the administrator from installation to management, which can be installed without additional change to the existing network configuration. Installing the agent on the client to control the endpoints is not necessary. Neither is specifying the ID and password for each user to control the user access is required. IP scan can be installed and managed regardless of the network device vendor. A problem during operation of the IP scan solution, if any, does not affect the network operation at all. You will probably realize now that IP scan is a perfect solution to meet the needs of various customers in various industries. IP scan is an appliance-based secure Layer 2 network access control solution that enables the admin to properly manage the endpoints without support of 802.1x, a complement to the conventional NAC that does not require installing the agent program. Depending on the network configuration, the admin can use the wireless LAN system to manage the network access. One thing that we can say clear is that IP scan solution is an all-in-one solution that can easily solve problems in your IP network security and management.